Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our oversimplified examination of the two major political parties in the United States. This is our second video in the series, which means it's the last. And we're examining today the opposition party in the United States of America, and that is the Democratic Party, not the Democrat Party as some people would like you to believe. Their official name is the Democratic Party. They currently control one half of one branch of the federal government, and that branch is in Article 1, and that half is the United States House of Representatives. They control 232 of the 435 seats, which is a majority. They hold a majority of 14 seats in the House. They have held that majority since they won it in the 2018 elections, and the leader and the highest ranking Democratic elected official in the country is the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi of California. Pelosi is in her third term as Speaker. Pelosi previously held the speakership from 2007 until 2011. Her two terms were 2007 to 2009 and 2009 to 2011. She is the first woman and only woman in United States history to hold this high-ranking position. She's the highest-ranking female elected official in United States history. The Democrats are in the minority in the United States House, in the United States Senate. They hold 45 of 100 seats, but that's kind of a misnomer. They actually have two independents in the Senate that caucus with the Democrats, but we're focusing on official Democrats. They need 6 seats to take the majority, but 4 if you factor in the two independents. They have been in the minority since the 2014 elections brought the Republicans to the majority in the Senate. Governorships. 24 out of the 50 governors are Democrats. Obviously, they need 1 to tie and 2 to take the majority. In lower houses in the state legislatures in this country, Democrats control 2,579 of the 5,411 seats. They need 127 to take the majority. Now, this number may be off from our Republican video just a little bit. A quick explainer. In the lower houses of the state legislatures in this country, third parties, independents, Greens, Libertarians, all sorts of parties populate the lower houses in this country. There is strong, somewhat strong, third party representation and deaths, vacancies, all manner of stuff. So Democrats need 127 seats to reclaim the majority in state house seats in terms of total seats. Obviously, there's state house races going on around the country this cycle, and they are becoming increasingly competitive and will be very competitive this year because of what comes next year with the results of the census. Upper houses in state legislatures. Democrats control 874 of the 1,972 seats. They need a majority. To reclaim the majority, they need 113 seats. And as I said, very competitive. 15 out of 44 presidents have been members of the Democratic Party. Now, in the last video, I talked about how Donald Trump and Mike Pence were the unquestioned leaders of the Republican Party. Well, it kind of gets a little different when you're explaining the opposition party. The DNC chairman is Tom Perez. He is the leader of the functioning party. Speaker Pelosi is the highest ranking elected official. And Joe Biden is the presumptive presidential nominee. So, all three can make a really good claim to being the party leader, in my opinion, until Biden is sworn in. Pelosi is the leader of the party. She's the highest ranking elected official in the country and the person the media turns to the most when discussing official Democratic Party policies and positions in the government, because she's the one that can actually make things occur. Now, the Democratic Party was founded in January of 1828. 19 state legislatures are under total Democratic control, with 2 split, and there are 15 states where Democratic governors and legislatures have total control. Back to this governorship, 24 out of 50. Now, if you walked up to an average person on the street and asked them, what political party is the governor of California? Most people will tell you, a Democrat. They would be correct. New York, same thing. Let's go to some of the states where they would possibly be wrong. Kentucky has a Democratic governor. Montana has a Democratic governor. And states that Donald Trump won in 2016. Michigan and Wisconsin both have Democratic governors. Pennsylvania has a Democratic governor. New Mexico, a state Donald Trump lost, but still has a Democratic governor. So you see that there are very states that are, wow, I wouldn't believe that state would have a Democratic governor. Louisiana, another state that has a Democratic governor, but most people would think would be a Republican governor. So, as I said, very interesting when you look at and see where the party's support comes from. Now, as a note, obviously in the United States of America, the two parties are ideologically split, as they are in most countries. In the United States, the Republican Party is the conservative or right-wing party. The Democratic Party is the liberal or left-wing party, but have the most national support. Obviously, people will agree or disagree about how right-wing the Republicans are or how left-wing the Democrats are, and usually for partisan purposes. Broadly speaking, the Republican Party has moved much further to the right in the past 20 years, and the Democrats have also shifted very much to the left from their historical position in the past 20 years. There's been a real ideological hollowing out of the middle. So, when you hear somebody say, oh, both parties are controlled by ideological extremists, no, it's just the parties are demanding more ideological purity. However, it seems to me that these guys tend to be able to elect more moderates than the Republicans. I don't know why, I don't know what that says, but I think it has to do with the perception on the right that you have to own the libs, so to speak, all the time. And that has led to a great backlash of independent and centrist voters to the Republican Party. That's all for this video. I'll see you all again next time. We may post a video in a couple of days where I discuss where I see the race for president going. Whether or not I think this guy's getting a second term. And, of course, when Joe Biden picks his running mate, I'll have a video up talking about my thoughts on his pick. Some press reports indicate that he'll make his pick this week, and some reports indicate he may put it off till next week, as we're recording this video on August the 3rd. So, who knows? We'll find out soon enough. See you all.